The internet is officially in shambles. If you've been on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube in the last 48 hours, you've seen the thumbnail. Pamela Warner, the mother of the legendary Malcolm-Jamal Warner, streaming in absolute gut-wrenching tears. But this isn't just grief, it's a fury. As of February 4th, 2026, the official autopsy report out of Costa Rica has been leaked to the dark corners of the web, and the details are reportedly so shocking that they've ignited a firestorm of conspiracy theories that even the Hollywood elites can't silence. We all know the official story: an accidental drowning at Playa Cocals in July 2025. A tragic, sudden end to a man who was the heartbeat of The Cosby Show and the soul of the resident. But why is Pamela Warner crying now? Why is Eddie Griffin out here risking his career to say the official narrative is a total fabrication? Tonight, we aren't just looking at a tragedy. We are looking at the Malcolm-Jamal files. From the secret undertow that experts say shouldn't have been there, to the 45 minutes of CPR that reportedly revealed a physical trauma the coroner didn't want you to see. Was this a freak accident, or was a legend neutralized, just as he was starting to talk about the industry's darkest secrets on his podcast? Grab your tissues and your headphones, because the Goat's mother just broke her silence, and she's bringing the receipts of the century. When the news first broke on July 20th, 2025, the industry was told it was a simple surfing accident. But according to Pamela Warner's emotional livestream, nothing about that day was simple. She appeared on camera, eyes red, voice cracking, and addressed the autopsy leaks that have been circulating on Reddit and gossip blogs. The asphyxia inconsistency. The official cause of death was ruled as accidental asphyxia by submersion, drowning. But Jaguar Wright, and now allegedly Pamela herself, are pointing to a specific anomaly in the medical report. According to sources close to the judicial morgue in San Joaquin de Flores, the water in Malcolm's lungs didn't match the salinity levels of the area where he supposedly went under. "They told me he was caught in an undertow," Pamela sobbed during her broadcast. "But my son was a warrior. He was in the best shape of his life." She's hinting at something darker: the second individual who was also injured that day but has since disappeared from the public record. Who was that man? Why was he rushed to a clinic in critical condition while Malcolm was declared dead at the scene? The Eddie Griffin bombshell. The scandal exploded further when comedian Eddie Griffin released a video claiming that the autopsy results were tampered with by industry fixers. Griffin alleges that Malcolm-Jamal Warner was about to release a Truth Tell episode on his podcast, Not All Hood, that would have implicated several high-profile executives in a decades-long grooming scandal. Malcolm wasn't just Theo Huxtable, Griffin barked. He was the smartest man in the room, and he knew where the bodies were buried. Pamela Warner's tears in her latest stream seem to confirm that she's seen the original autopsy notes, the ones that reportedly mention a contusion on the back of his neck that wouldn't have come from sand or surf. The hush order from Nashville to Hollywood. Why did the media seal the details so fast? Pamela claims she was pressured by unnamed representatives to keep the funeral private and to stick to the drowning narrative to protect the Warner Family Foundation's funding. But as a doctor of psychology and a mother who raised a king, Pamela is refusing to be silenced. She's revealing that Malcolm's final moments weren't just about a surf lesson gone wrong. They were about a security breach. While the public saw a family vacation, the autopsy reveals a man who was reportedly struggling with something before he hit the water. Was he drugged? Was he targeted? Pamela's stream is the first time we are hearing the word foul play from the woman who knew him best. Ward the 3 a.m. ghost call. In a move that mirrors the Maggie Bohr/Keith Urban chaos, Pamela claims she received a ghost call from Malcolm's phone after he was declared dead. A 3-second recording of static and what sounds like a low-frequency hum. Tech experts claim this is the signature of a signal jammer, often used in high-level extractions. "They took my partner, my confidant, and my son," Pamela cried. "And they think a piece of paper from Costa Rica is going to make me go away." The shocking autopsy isn't just about how he died. It's about who wanted him gone. Next step, the Costa Rica cover-up is starting to unravel. In Part 2, we reveal the undertow unmasked, how forensic weather experts claim there was no current strong enough to drown an adult male that day, and the secret goodbye video Malcolm reportedly left on his daughter's iPad. This isn't just a tribute, it's a deep dive investigation into a tragedy that left a massive void in the culture. As of February 4th, 2026, the official narrative of what happened to Malcolm-Jamal Warner is being challenged by the person who knew him best, his mother. While the world was told that Malcolm-Jamal Warner was simply caught in a strong current while surfing with his daughter, Pamela Warner is streaming in tears because the physics don't add up. The no-current conflict. According to forensic weather reports from July 20th, 2025, Playa Cocals was experiencing moderate conditions. While Costa Rica is known for rip currents, our local expert surfers have reportedly come forward to say that the specific area where Malcolm was found, submerged near the ocean floor, was a dead zone for undertows that day. In her latest live stream, Pamela Warner questioned why her son, an athlete who was more at home in the water than on land, was found in a state of total submersion just minutes after he was seen smiling on the shore. She's bringing up the missing 5 minutes, the window of time between him helping his daughter to safety and him being found by a lifeguard. Why did the strong current only seem to target Malcolm, while a 29-year-old surfer in the same water made a full recovery? The shocking autopsy detail, the neck contusion. This is the detail that is sending shockwaves through the industry. The official autopsy ruled accidental asphyxia, but leaked medical notes from the San Joaquin de Flores morgue suggest there was physical trauma inconsistent with a drowning. Pamela Warner, through her tears, alluded to a bruise that didn't come from the sand. Sources suggest the autopsy revealed a cervical contusion, blunt force trauma to the back of the neck, that occurred before he stopped breathing. This has led to the terrifying theory that Malcolm-Jamal Warner didn't just drown, he was rendered unconscious by a third party while in the water. Pamela's latest stream suggests she's demanding a second independent autopsy to be performed on US soil, alleging that the Costa Rican authorities closed the book too fast to protect their tourism image. The Not All Hood podcast leak. The plot thickens when you look at what Malcolm was working on just days before his death. He had just released a new episode of his podcast, Not All Hood. But according to Eddie Griffin, there was a lost episode that was scheduled to air the week he returned from vacation. Griffin claims this episode featured an interview with a music industry whistleblower who was naming names regarding a billion-dollar royalties scandal affecting 80s and 90s TV stars. Jaguar Wright has weighed in, claiming that Malcolm's business partner, his mother Pamela, was in possession of a digital dead man's switch that would release the audio if anything happened to him. Is Pamela's streaming in tears moment a signal that the switch has been activated? The hidden man at the clinic. Remember the Nicaraguan surfer who was rescued alongside Malcolm? He was taken to the hospital in critical condition but made a full recovery. Pamela Warner is now asking, where is he? She claims that since being discharged, the man has completely vanished from social media and his home in Nicaragua. Was he a hero, or was he a shadow sent to ensure the Guote didn't make it back to shore? Pamela revealed that she found an unfamiliar phone in Malcolm's travel bag, one that contained a single text message sent at 1:45 p.m. that day. He's in the water now. The tragedy of Malcolm-Jamal Warner has officially entered a new, darker phase. While the public mourns a TV icon, Pamela Warner is streaming in tears because she believes her son's legacy is being repossessed by the very industry he tried to change. The Warner Family Foundation lockdown. Shortly after Malcolm's passing in July 2025, his wife, Tanisha, launched the Warner Family Foundation to honor his humanitarian work. But according to internal leaks, the foundation is already under a legal freeze. Pamela Warner alleges that ghost LLCs, corporate entities with no clear owners, have filed claims against Malcolm's estate, citing unfulfilled contractual obligations from his time on the Resident and his private music ventures. Pamela's tears aren't just for her son. They are for the financial warfare being waged against his widow and daughter. She alleges that fixers are trying to seize Malcolm's intellectual property, including his Grammy-winning compositions, claiming he signed life rights agreements that he never actually agreed to. This is corporate vulture behavior at its worst, and Pamela is calling it out as a secondary assassination of his name. The final 60 seconds, the missing video. The most haunting revelation in Part 3 is the existence of a final video found on a discarded GoPro recovered near Playa Cocals. While the official narrative says Malcolm was just surfing, Pamela alleges that the GoPro footage, which has been suppressed by the bribery OIJ agents, shows Malcolm looking back at the shore with an expression of sheer terror, not at the waves, but at someone standing on the beach. She claims the audio captures Malcolm saying, "I see you. I'm not going back in." Seconds later, the camera goes underwater and remains there, and Pamela is demanding that the Costa Rican government release the full, unedited file. She believes her son was lured into the water under the guise of a surf lesson by someone he recognized as a threat. The Theo trademark battle. Even in death, the industry giants are trying to own the man. Reports have surfaced that a major studio is attempting to trademark the image of Theo Huxtable for an AI-generated reboot. Pamela Warner's response: never. She is currently in a high-stakes legal battle to prevent her son's likeness from being used to generate digital content that he would have never approved of. She claims the shocking autopsy was rushed specifically so the studios could move forward with death clauses in his old contracts. This isn't just a mourning mother. This is a protector standing at the gate of a legend's soul. The Great Reunion postponed. Pamela had planned a massive public memorial for early 2026, but she has officially postponed the event. Why? Because she claims she doesn't want the industry snakes who contributed to his stress and extraction to sit in the front row and cry fake tears. "My son died as a king," Pamela told her followers, "and I will not let the court jesters tell his story." She is reportedly working on a self-produced documentary that will feature the lost podcast tapes and the true autopsy findings that the mainstream media is too afraid to print. The GWOAT deserves the truth. Malcolm-Jamal Warner wasn't just an actor. He was a revolutionary who valued privacy, family, and artistic integrity. Now that he's gone, the system is trying to rewrite his end. Was it foul play? Does the neck contusion and the missing 5 minutes change how you view this tragedy? Stand with Pamela. Should the industry be allowed to reboot stars like Malcolm-Jamal Warner against their families' wishes? Share this script. We need to drown out the industry noise with the volume of the truth. Click the link in the bio to see the comparison between the official Costa Rica report and the independent findings. Subscribe to Calibrites. Shocked as we continue to track the Warner Family Foundation legal battle and the search for the ghost on the beach.